Menteri rangba ka jala u Conrad ke Sangma hagakat kendai trik naiwing ula pelipat ba ya ka Operation Theatre Complex kabadan hasora Community Health Center Saitsohpen bat ula bu ru ya umau nongrim jongka yo sora phase 2. Ha kani kasngi la don lang ru menteri katrat ka koi ka kya uma wailat miki shla ubalong u MLA ka juwai uba balajet ku parson ram MLA Sheila but uba given William MLA ka sora na lor kiway. Habakran ha kani kasngi menteri rangba ka jela Conrad ke Sangma ula ong baka jingai linti jonga CHC sora kalong shisha ka ba ai mensim but kalong ka nuksa kiway pat ki jaka sumar. Ka history jong ka Sohra CHC hadu bakala long kumba long menta kade banyo yaro ka jingkala bat jingroy jong ka CHC kalong ka nuksa ya ka ka bangila ban kenjo shakathong habatre met bat mensim. Menteri rangba ula ongru baka jila Meghalaya kala sakhi ya ka jinghyar ka jinghap jong kilong kumi namar ka jingpelet jingmut bat shimi ki sinjam banya khun ban penduna ya ka jingyap kilong kumi ba arman. Ha kani kasni menteri rangba ula penbenaru ya ka rai ka bokongsan balashim da ka kinhun menteri ka jila ban sedang no ya ka outcome based budgeting. Mentangin ai pisa ya phi katkum ka ka bapidan kam bat katkum ka jingtri kam jong phi ula ong ula pun pauru ya ka jingkmen ba ula yo ban bo ya umau nongrim na ka benta ka yo sora phase 2. Kani ka de ka jingkut jingmot ka jongi ban pentikna bakan dan ka roy ka par ka ba habaro ka we ka jela ula ong ka sora namar baka de ka jaka jungo kai perthei ka bakongsan dan kamban thau shu ki jingte kani ka jaka yo kan plilat ru ki samla ban pli ki kam ki jam jongki bat kin tu ki samla ka sora bakin shim kabu ki skim ba pher jong ka sarkar shu menteri rangba upentip baka surok na umtingar sha maus mai adap shimti da ka World Bank. Kani ka surok ka dega jingte ga bakraw bat ka thong kalong ban kintiw ya ka kam jungo kai perthei ong menteri rangba.
Our Honorable Minister, in the very outset, I would like to thank God Almighty for having blessed us with this wonderful evening, and more importantly for having blessed the people of Sohra with this wonderful Operation Theatre Complex. I was listening to the speech of Dr. Conrad, who is the senior specialist and who was giving the brief history of the CHC. And I must truly tell you that it was a really inspiring story to hear. And I think everybody in the state, especially our officials and doctors working in different PHCs and CHCs, must hear this story, must see the changes you have made, and not just the doctors and PHCs and CHCs, but government officials in general. I very often, when I speak to officials in different programs and functions, especially to the new recruits, whether it's the MCS officers, agriculture officers, MPS officers, or any officer for the matter of fact, one of the few advices which I always give is to always look at your work that you are doing, not from the point of view of a duty that you do, but you must look at the work that you do from the point of what purpose you are trying to achieve. And I think that makes a huge difference in the way we approach things. And I say this because it is about the mindset. If you are looking at your work as a duty from 9 to 5 or 10 to 5, then you will always look at the watch. But if it is from the point of view of telling yourself that you are here to save a life, you are here to bring a smile to a person's face, you are here to serve the people, then the watch doesn't matter, the challenges don't matter, but the objective and the purpose to achieve that goal, to be able to make that difference, that is what matters at the end. I don't want to bring myself into this picture in any wrong way or trying to bring an example of myself. I was just talking to Dr. Zoram while coming into this place, and he was telling me jokingly that you are in a health facility and just recently you have defied the words of your doctor who had told you to rest for 2-3 days. And I told him that I can't help it, I have so many things to do. And the reason, my friends, we do this is not because we don't care about ourselves or about others, but really it's a sense of a purpose that we would like to serve. And no matter how tired or how difficult the task ahead is, I always feel that if your heart is in the right place, then there is no challenge that you cannot overcome. And there will always be critics. This is again the second thing I tell everybody. Always, whether there will be political critics, there will be media critics, there will be social media critics. I always tell people, let it not divert your mind. Let it not dampen your spirit. Let it never sidetrack you from what you're trying to do. Because they will never understand. They're always trying to find faults, which is fine. We don't need to speak against them. We don't need to say anything to bring down anybody. We just keep doing what we know is right. The second point I'd like to make to you, all of you, which again is a very, very important part of what we all should learn from what is happening out here, is that a lot of times, as a government, as officials, we normally tend to look at a situation and we look at the result that has happened. And of course, we try to find somebody responsible for it and give the blame. But at the end of the day, we end up missing what the real problem is. I remember 2018-19, when we had just taken over, and the maternal mortality rate was 230 per lakh. And national average was 113. And we were the worst in the country. And at that point in time, all the people around me told me that it's the institutional deliveries. We must increase institutional deliveries, which was below 50 at that point in time. And they said we must increase it. So I was very passionate about bringing down maternal mortality. And I told my team, give me the roadmap. And they said increase the institutional deliveries. So we started to work on pushing mothers to go to institutions so that a safe delivery can take place. And the numbers started going up, but we did not see a decrease in the deaths so much as the amount of efforts we were putting in. And then we realized that maybe, yes, that is a part of the problem, but not the problem as a whole. And there is much more to it than what meets the eye. And therefore we went into more deeper study. And that's when the team realized that there are what we call the high-risk mothers. And approximately 10 to 15% pregnancies at any given time are high-risk mothers. So we have on an average about 28, 29, 30,000 pregnant mothers, and the high-risk mothers. We're not able to have the spacing. We're not able to provide them safe motherhood homes, so on and so forth. So my message to you, I'm sorry I'm taking a lot of time, but my message to you is that this is what we need to figure out. And as correctly said by our Honorable Minister who just spoke, it's not always the big investments and the big machines and the big, infrastructures that we create that actually end up making the big difference. Sometimes it's the smallest interventions we do, the smallest things we end up, steps taking, and the care that we give at that point in time, the attention that we give, those actually make the bigger differences. Small interventions, multiple interventions, but having large differences. So therefore, while we move ahead and say that we don't have this, we need to get into this, which of course we need to. I'm not saying we don't need to, we have to. I think it is important to also realize that, we need to put our hearts in the right place. We need to focus on the problem, break it down into smaller problems, get small interventions, use the existing facilities we have, look at interventions where large investments are required, and as I said, we never shy away from the large investments. Wherever the government has to intervene, wherever the doctors have told us, the department has told us, investments are required, we are doing it, and I assured you that we'll continue to do it. And I hope that, as I said, we will see a major change. A very big decision, as you all know, that what we have taken recently in the cabinet, which all of you should know, is that we have started what we call the outcome-based budgeting. I know it's a very complicated word for all of you, but what it means is that we are now going to not give you money based on what we think is correct for you, or we're not going to give money based on a system of top-down approach. We are going to give money and incentives to different PHCs and CHCs based on what you need and based on how your performance is. So the better the CHC, PHC performs, the more funds we will be giving to you, and the funds will be left to your liberty to use the way you think is best. And we realize that this is a reverse way of doing budgeting, but it's a very, very effective way because it allows us to cater to the local issues and problems. Sitting in Shillong, in the Secretariat, we cannot understand what problems Sohra is facing. Sohra PHC, CHC has different programs and problems compared to, a Tikrikila CHC is facing. So hence, same policies cannot apply to all. So Health Department will be the first department which is going to implement what we call the outcome-based budgeting. It's something very, very unique, and I'm sure it's going to have a huge impact. And these are the reforms that are taking place today in the health sector. And I hope that with these reforms, we'll see many, many more improvements coming in the days to come. I also would like to congratulate all our MLAs and our Minister for CNRD. He's not present with us here today, but it's a great achievement that today we have been able to lay the foundation stone for the Sohra Market Complex also. Again, this is our commitment towards ensuring that we see overall development throughout the state, and Sohra being a very, very important and a very popular tourist destination, we are very, very clear that more infrastructure needs to be created, and hence I'm hoping that this market space will allow opportunity for the youth to open up their businesses. And I also encourage the youth, please take advantage of the different schemes we had. Sohra has so many tourists coming in. Tourists require different forms of activities and entertainment. I was speaking to some of the youth out here, telling them that under CM Elevate, we are financing movie theaters to be set up. Even up to 1 crore we are giving as grant for somebody who would like to set up movie theaters, set up fitness centers, set up different kind of beauty parlors. If women want to set them up, entrepreneurs want to set them up, because I'm sure tourists would like to see a movie on one of the weekends, would like to, ladies may want to have a haircut, even gents may want to have a haircut. People may want to go for a good gym with good equipments. All of these are being funded by CM Elevate. And just recently we had funded one swimming pool in Shillong, which already is now open. We funded 1 crore from CM Elevate for that. So we are ready and we are encouraging our youth to do that, because this is a very important tourist destination. This market space is coming up. We'll be providing you CM Elevate programs. And also I was just sharing with honorable MLAs out here that you'll be happy to know that the road from Umtangar all the way to going down to Mosmai, that this has been taken up under the World Bank second phase project. So this is a 2,500 crore package. Out of that, about 100 plus the DPR is being made. It's not ready yet, but I expect the DPR to be anything between 100 to 150 crores. So this will be a all-weather road that will be created all the way from Umtangar to Mosmai. So it's a great investment again being done with the objective of promoting tourism. And of course the health sector is also a very important part when it comes to tourism, also as tourists would require health services. So all of these are being done with a very large master plan of looking at how the overall development scenario, not just of Sohra, East Khasi Hills, but of the state as a whole, that we'll be able to take forward. So all of these interesting things are happening. And of course, about 2 weeks back, we were here along with the donor minister. We had laid the foundation for a 230 plus crore tourism circuit. This again, my friends, is the first of its kind in the country. The donor ministry and the tourism ministry and the Prime Minister's office have decided that one destination in every state should be developed to a world-class destination. And this thought process was brought in by the Prime Minister. And you'll be happy to know that they've been looking at many destinations. A lot of work and DPRs are being prepared, but it is Sohra that managed to do it first, and the money was sanctioned here first in the entire country. We are the first to get this because, of course, the tourism department worked very aggressively, and we submitted all the documents and papers on time. And the first sanction for this, unique destination development program is being done right here in Meghalaya, in Sohra, first in the entire country. So thank you so much once again. I will not take much time. So we will have, I think, another few programs along the way, and people must be waiting. But I'm very excited and very happy that this program has finally happened, as mentioned by our health minister. It was truly waiting for him to come in and join. And today in his presence, we have finally been able to inaugurate this particular operation theatre. And once again, I really would like to, from the bottom of my heart, would like to congratulate Dr. Conrad and his entire team, all the staff who are out here. You have made this CHC what it is today. The buildings and the machines can be given to anybody, but it is the human touch and the care that you have given out here which is making all the difference. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that other PHCs and CHCs will learn from what you are doing out here and practice what you are practicing out here to make the healthcare service better in not just East Khasi Hills, but in the entire state of Meghalaya. May God bless each and every one of us, and may God bless our state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shibun, Tela, and Jai Hind.